This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning and welcome into you on this Monday. I'm Rebecca Smith.
And I'm Bill Bryant. We're glad you're with us Monday, February 8th. Here's the Lexington Herald leader this morning. There's the story. Broncos snuff the Panthers.
All right.
Big Super Bowl. It was a big one.
Yes, it was. Now at 6 a.m., cleanup at the Bluegrass Stockyards could impact your morning commute. We're live with details.
Also on WKYT, a Central Kentucky grandfather accused of shooting a teenager learns just how long he will have to serve in prison.
The Broncos may have won, but it was a party even for Panthers fans. I'm Jamie Yukas in Santa Clara with a recap of the big game.
And we're looking at that winter weather advisory for everybody. And you're seeing this morning. Yeah, you're under that winter weather advisory. We're going to talk about that, what you can expect coming up.
A lot to keep our eyes on in weather. We'll do that in just a bit. Let's get to the news.
Well, more than a week later, and cleanup is still continuing over at Bluegrass Stockyards.
As you know, it was destroyed in a massive fire, and today the cleanup is set to enter a new phase. It could impact your morning commute. It will for a lot of folks. WKYT's Mark Barber joining us live this morning to explain. Morning, Mark.
Good morning. Lyle Industrial Avenue is closed as crews are preparing to resurface the road here. They say it will not reopen until that job is finished. They're also preparing to start clearing the rubble away from this Bluegrass Stockyard site, this 10-acre site, all destroyed by that massive fire. Now, the rain is coming down this morning. We're still waiting to see if it will slow down any of the cleanup efforts from cleanup crews this morning. Now, we are told that there is somewhat of a bright spot this morning in this very difficult process. That's because the COO of the stockyard says their offices were in a concrete structure underground. So while there is some smoke damage there, they were able to save some valuable pieces of history. At one time, the historic stockyards were one of the 3 largest stockyards in the country. So officials here were delighted when they recovered artifacts, old promotional items, hand-drawn plans, and old records that were kept by hand.
We're already talking about what we're going to do with those things in our new facility to pay homage to the history of this place.
Now, at last check, there is still no word as to what the new stockyards could look like or where and when they will be rebuilt. Now, we're told that investigators this morning are continuing to try to figure out what sparked the massive blaze that destroyed the Bluegrass Stockyards. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, still a lot to learn out there. Thank you very much, Mark. And new this morning, an early morning gun battle outside of a Lexington strip club damaged a nearby business. Police say 2 groups of people exchanged gunfire outside Camelot East on Richmond Road around 2 o'clock this morning. No one was hurt, but at least 1 bullet hit a window at the Shaybell Veterinary Hospital there. No arrests have been made yet.
A Hardin County man is in jail accused of shooting at an officer. State police went to the home on Wonderland Cavern Road to interview 22-year-old Dustin Thomas about a burglary investigation. No one was in the home, but as a trooper walked back to his car, someone shot at him. Thomas was arrested after a standoff and is charged with attempted murder of a police officer. A Franklin County grandfather found guilty of shooting a teenager now knows his sentence. A jury found Samuel Isaacs guilty of first-degree assault for the shooting of 14-year-old David Lacey in 2014. The State Journal reports Isaacs was sentenced to the recommended 18 years in prison. Deputies said Isaacs shot Lacey because he was upset that his granddaughter snuck off with the teen the night before. Well, new this morning, a stretch of Leestown Road is back open after an early morning crash. Police say an officer saw the crash happen. A driver lost control, turning onto McConnell's Trace. The car ended up in a ditch. The driver was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Well, the Denver Broncos are now the new Super Bowl champions. They were the underdogs, actually, going in, but really came to play.
Interesting game last night as Jamie Yukas reports from Santa Clara. Super Bowl 50 really came down to defense.
And the Denver Broncos have taken Super Bowl 50.
Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos defeated the Carolina Panthers to win their 3rd Super Bowl. Linebacker Von Miller was named MVP.
It was for Coach Phillips. It was for Peyton, and it was for D. Ware. And all my teammates, of course.
Peyton Manning is the first starting quarterback to win with 2 different teams, but he would not say if this really was his last rodeo.
I want to go
hug my family. I'm going to drink a lot of Budweiser tonight.
The Broncos offense exploded early,
And the kick is good.
while fumbles plagued the Panthers.
And he fumbles.
The ticket, a golden one. People spent thousands of dollars to get in, but fans say the party was worth it.
It's all about the Broncos and Manning. That guy is an awesome man.
The crowd enjoyed some of the biggest names in pop music. Lady Gaga sang the national anthem. Coldplay scored at halftime with an assist from Beyonce and Bruno Mars. It was a golden night for more than 70,000 fans celebrating Super Bowl 50. Jamie Yukas, CBS News, Santa Clara.
Really was a fun game and all the activities surrounding it. And former Kentucky Wildcat Danny Trevathan came up big for the Broncos, recovering 2 fumbles. Houston, Texas will be the home of Super Bowl 51 next year. Well, you may have spotted some familiar faces during last night's Super Bowl telecast. For the 4th year in a row, the University of Kentucky bought time locally to air its own Super Bowl commercial. This year, the ad featured Coach Mark Stoops delivering a monologue called "Finish What We Start."
Everyone under a winter weather advisory outside. Defender Radar Network picking up on the wintry mix early this morning. Now, do I expect any issues as you travel early this morning? I don't. However, for the most part, you go into the valley regions, east and southeastern Kentucky, that's where I'm most concerned. Because once you get into the valleys, you can really cool some things off. And you're looking at temperatures over toward east and southeastern Kentucky in the 40s for most. But now we're starting to see that rain increase, and you will see a wintry mix, maybe even a little ice there on the roads in some of those valley regions. So if you are traveling this morning in the eastern areas, southeastern areas, you just got to be aware that you could run into some slick spots. Across Bluegrass and northbound, we're seeing a few snowflakes mixed in with that rain, but most of this is just cold rain. We're at 36 now in Lexington. Most of us in the 30s, but as we go into the afternoon, it's going to stay right there. It doesn't really drop that much. Once we hit the evening and night, that's when you start to see those snow showers pick up. Once you get into the evening and you see that snow switch over that rain switch over into snow, it's not changing anytime soon. We get into the night and into tomorrow morning, that's when those snow chances increase. Tomorrow morning might be the better opportunity for maybe a few schools to delays or cancel. That's something to really watch out for as we track throughout the next 24 hours. Watch this, though. We go throughout your week. Tomorrow, the snow showers take over. There's no doubt about that. There's no chance at feeling rain tomorrow or seeing rain fall out of the sky. It's all snow. Then we hit Wednesday. Guess what? More snow. How about Thursday? Yeah, smaller chances, but still the snow is there as we track off into your Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, even more snow in the forecast, too. So how much are we looking at? Well, everybody at least 1 inch altogether. Remember, this is not a big snowstorm for one day. This is cumulative numbers adding up as we go throughout your work week. So everybody at least an inch of snow altogether. Remember, this is Monday through Thursday. Most likely, most of us will pick up about 2 to 5 inches added up throughout your work week, and at most, right around 7 inches of snow at most, and I would say that's down towards southeastern Kentucky, where we will start to see that add up in the higher elevations, some of those mountainous areas. So for the most part, this isn't a big snowmaker. It's more of a headache because as you go through the work week and the snow plows knock out the snow off the road, well, here comes another snow shot.
Yeah.
Then they knock it off. Well, here comes another one. I mean, it's just going to be over and over and over again all the way through your work week.
Huh.
It's unbelievable.
Well, I mean, we had a warm up a few weeks ago, and Streets and Roads crews did amazing really, for most people's opinion. So, hopefully they'll go that way again.
Yeah, they're going to be going every day, that's for sure.
Each morning we bring you weather and traffic here together. And here's Officer Don with a look at what's happening on this Monday morning.
Good morning. Well, the wet roads, and we could be off to a bad start. On the outer loop of New Circle at Versailles Road, there's a report of a car overturned there. Now, crews are not on the scene just yet. Should be arriving any moment, but that may impact us here in the next few. It's the outer loop at Versailles. Let's get a live look outside right now. We'll show you what's happening. We're not seeing much of a slowdown in that area just yet. We'll have to keep an eye on that with our live look there. As far as drive times go, I want to slow it down a little bit for the rain, but not a big deal yet coming in from Madison County. We're watching the Clays Ferry Bridge, also watching things coming in from Nicholasville this morning, about 12 minutes. Georgetown's about 18, and Winchester looks about 26. We'll keep you up to date. Now back to the studio.
Right, it's a good ride in this morning for most folks, but keep in mind the rain changing over to the mix and then snow later on. It is coming up on 6:10 on WKYT this morning. Great to have you with us here on this Monday. A lot more news on the way.
If you're thinking about eating lunch at Chipotle, think again why the chain is closing every U.S. store today.
And the First in the Nation primary is just a day away. Presidential candidates in both parties scrambling now for last-minute support. We'll get you up to date on that. Coming up on WKYT this morning.
Welcome back in. 6:13 is your time this Monday morning. Well, you can scratch Chipotle from your list of lunch options today. The chain closing every store in the U.S.
And that move comes after Chipotle saw its sales slammed by food scares. WKYT Sean Moody is tracking this national story from our live desk this morning. Sean?
Good morning, Bill and Rebecca. If you were hoping for one of those big burritos, you're going to be out of luck at lunchtime today. All their employees will be in a video conference with company executives. Chipotle usually opens at 11 a.m., but today they will close every one of their locations for 4 hours this afternoon for a food safety meeting and a video conference with company executives. The move comes after an E. coli outbreak at the Mexican restaurant last year. About 500 people got sick. Now, at this meeting, employees will go over an updated food safety program implemented by the chain in January. Those stores will reopen at 3 o'clock this afternoon local time. At the live desk, Sean Moody, WKYT.
All right, Sean, thank you.
In less than 2 days, New Hampshire voters will be going to the polls in the presidential primary.
Tomorrow, Republican Donald Trump says that he does not need to win the granite state, but he says he would like to. Democrats Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders are avoiding predictions about tomorrow. They're looking beyond to South Carolina and Nevada, the next 2 states up in the nominating process. 2 people were killed and 4 others injured in a post-Mardi Gras parade shooting in Mississippi. Police in Pass Christian say that they got a call about a fight and that the shots had been fired after Sunday's parade. The men died at the scene and 4 others were hospitalized. Police are still looking for the suspects.
Forecasters say parts of New England could get the worst of a snowstorm headed for the East Coast. The National Weather Service has issued a blizzard warning for southeast Massachusetts, including Cape Cod and the islands. Up to 18 inches of snow could fall today. Public schools in Boston and Providence, Rhode Island are closed today. New York City could get a couple inches by tomorrow night. Officials say one of 2 survivors found in earthquake rubble in southern Taiwan was shielded under the body of her husband. Both were rescued from a toppled high-rise apartment building, one of several buildings which collapsed during Saturday's 6.4 magnitude earthquake. It killed at least 37 people. More than 100 are thought to still be buried. North Carolina Governor Pat McCrory was injured when the vehicle he was riding in was rear-ended shortly after the Super Bowl. The California Highway Patrol says the governor's vehicle was hit as he was leaving Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Police say McCrory complained of pain but declined treatment.
All right, shaken up a little bit. Hopefully he's okay. It is 6:16 right now, and gasoline prices continue to fall. AAA says the national average is $1.74 a gallon, but prices could soon head higher. Refineries do maintenance during this time of the year. AAA says that usually leads to 50 to 70 cent increases at the pump between February and June. Bridgestone Firestone is recalling more than 36,000 heavy truck tires after reports the tread can separate from the body. The recall covers 22.5-inch Firestone FS 561 tires made from January of 2015 to January of this year. The company says it has no reports of any injuries at this point. Beyonce chose Super Bowl 50 to announce her new tour. The ad premiered during the Super Bowl break, right after Beyonce performed during the halftime show. The 40-date Formation Tour will be kicking off on April 27th, and tickets will go on sale next week. For the first time, Apple is accepting damaged iPhones as a trade-in from people wanting to upgrade. It will credit $50 for a 5S, $200 for a 6, $250 for a 6 Plus. And some people watch the Super Bowl for the game, others, of course, for the commercials, and that's why advertisers paid a record $166,000 per second for airtime. Analysts say this year advertisers played it safe and tried to avoid anything too controversial. Now, coming up at 6:40 here on WKYT, find out which ad is getting the most love this morning. We've been discussing our favorites this morning.
You know, we have. I really liked the one with the ultrasound, the mom and the dad, and the baby, the Doritos commercial. That one was pretty good.
Interesting, Rebecca.
Yeah, it was. I wonder why. WKYT this morning is just getting started. Thanks for starting your morning with us. Stephen Colbert goes one-on-one with a football predictor-in-chief, but the president dropped a bombshell on the Late Show audience.
And we're getting a wintry mix out there this morning, but if you look back toward the west, that's where the coldest air is located. You don't see any green back west. It's snowing. It's heading our direction. We'll talk all about that coming up next.
Welcome back.
Yeah, good morning. Welcome back in. Everybody getting, I don't know if you get over the Super Bowl. You get up and you get going after the Super Bowl, right?
You do, especially if you stayed up like you did.
I did, till halftime. Micah stayed a little later than that, and you didn't make it, right?
I didn't make it, no.
I understand. 6:22 right now on WKYT.
Lexington Road is scheduled to be closed today for cleanup from last week's fire that destroyed bluegrass stockyards.
And that's what's trending at this hour. Weather permitting, crews will be shutting down Lyle Industrial Road near the stockyards today. They'll be removing debris from one of the largest fires in Lexington's history. The COO of the stockyards says he does plan to rebuild.
An early morning gun battle outside Camelot East on Richmond Road led to a nearby business being damaged. Police say no one was hurt, but a stray bullet did hit the window at Shaybell Veterinary Hospital.
And every Chipotle store in the U.S. will be closed for 4 hours today for a food safety meeting. That move comes after an E. coli outbreak at the restaurant chain last year. About 500 people around the country got sick. All Chipotle restaurants will be closed from 11 this morning until 3 this afternoon. And now let's check in with meteorologist Micah Harris. It's a WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day.
Yeah, and we have that winter weather advisory in effect for every single person watching this morning, and that goes until Wednesday morning. So we have a long ways to go. And even after that, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I mean, you're still talking about snow chances. So we may extend that, National Weather Service that is, off into your weekend. This is going to be a long week. It's going to be a big headache. I promise you that, because not are we getting big snow, but we're just getting on and off snow showers that will be consistent and persistent, I should say, all throughout the work week. Here's your look outside with that wintry mix. There's your wintry mix. You're getting a bit of a mix. I've heard from Richmond, and I've heard from you guys in Frankfort, getting some flurries mixing in with some of that rain. Most of this is light rain. However, you get in those valley areas, heads up, because some of the valley regions could be right around 32 degrees. And that could lead to some slick spots early this morning. Other than that, I don't see major issues. We take a big break, about a 2-hour break. Then here comes another batch. Then we take another break. Here comes another batch. That's going to be the same story every single day this work week. Unbelievable. 34 degrees now in Mount Sterling. It's getting a little bit colder. We'll need to watch those numbers closely as we track into your late morning, early afternoon. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every single day with a snow chance. The smaller chance is going to be on Thursday, but that bitter cold, frigid temperatures slide on in. So anything that falls out of the sky tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, guys, is going to be snow. But for today, it's going to be a wintry mix on and off all day long until we hit evening and night. That's when I think everything turns into that snow, and it doesn't stop anytime soon.
Okay, so we'll keep our eye on that throughout the rest of the week. 6:24 is the time now.
Well, President Barack Obama congratulated the Denver Broncos in a bit with Stephen Colbert last night.
CBS gave Colbert that prized post-Super Bowl slot for a live edition of The Late Show. Obama was interviewed at the White House in what looked like a live feed, but Obama burst Colbert's bubble by saying that the bit was taped last week. So how in the world did Obama know the Broncos would win? It turns out 2 versions were taped, one giving props to Denver, the other to the Panthers.
Are we supposed to unveil the curtain there on the magic of live television?
Oh, I don't know, but yeah, what if they had run the wrong one, right?
Oh, man, that would have been a big mistake.
There you go. All right, how would you react if your brother just won the Super Bowl?
You'd think you'd be happy.
You'd think.
Throwing a little shade here, Eli Manning seemed not to react at all. Cameras were rolling on the Manning family during the final minutes of the game. Oh, look at him. Oh, he looks like sad when the Broncos clinched the game with a fourth-quarter touchdown. Peyton's family jumped with joy, except for that guy back there, Eli. Look at him. He seemed really stunned or unimpressed, either one.
Of course, he's known for sort of those neutral looks, but, you know, a little sibling rivalry maybe.
Stoic, you know, but maybe it was kind of like not a surprise. I mean, it kind of came down to that.
Right. Well, I think they each have 2 Super Bowl rings now, right? Is that the way it is? Yeah.
I guess so. Well, with snow in the forecast, here's a way to enjoy the winter weather.
Right. This Angel Fire Resort out in New Mexico held its annual shovel race. Kids and adults raced down a snowy hill separately to kick off the resort's Mardi Gras celebrations. Although these finishes may look a little bumpy, none of the competitors was hurt. So that's good to know. Because that looks pretty tough, actually.
It does.
But they just get right back up and
They know how
carry
to
on.
make the most of the snow, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
That's what we'll do here, right?
Yeah, going to have to get up and go here on this Monday just like they did after tumbling
We'll
down.
try.
And so here we go, 6:26 on your Monday morning on WKYT.
When we return, a woman charged with attempted murder admits to the crime from jail. What she says and why she says she did it at 6:30.
Also, Tuesday night's Mega Millions jackpot is $80 million. Wednesday night's Powerball jackpot is $157 million. We're back with your top stories in a moment on WKYT.